EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Daniels. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And that is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Daniels firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here's Daniels. That's Samuel, caught left side. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Daniels going to throw for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try to keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Pat Surtain up to make the play.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
To throw is Daniels. This is caught. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. In motion, the tight end. Looking to throw. Prescott. Wide open receiver, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson, 52 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Ooh, and a juke. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And the elder statesman with a big run. He's hit that dreaded 3-0. He still can churn it.
I love the way you treat him with respect.
Respect.
Elder statesman. You didn't just call him an old guy or anything like that.
Call you an elder statesman.
I love the way he can still play. Talk about running it with savvy now.
And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Cowboys' 22-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Gets this to Ertz. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. These two teams all tied after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington has taken the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Prescott now from the 50. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Play fake. Here's Prescott.
Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Up comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Daniels looking to throw.
They set up the screen for Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
To the air goes Daniels. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Prescott to throw it.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Gets this to Saquon Barkley out of the backfield.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going? Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
A first down carry for Barkley. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Justin Jefferson from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Aubrey good with the PAT.
And it's now 17-14.
17. Commanders 14.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are we going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Henry again on second down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 33. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. They juked him. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Here's Daniels. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So Dak and the Cowboys down 21-17. A minute 53 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as as he'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here. Here's Dak. That's complete to Lamb. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Now 2nd and 4. To throw, Prescott. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
Here's first down. Now Prescott. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now they can only stop it once more. Here's first and 10. Now Dak. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Here's Prescott.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Second down, goal to go.
Prescott to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Big D.
coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Tonight, we've got an entertaining one in store for you, between the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Texans. Fielded at the 7. Making some progress here. Races past midfield. And he's out of bounds. This is a great start for them, already on their opponent's side of the field. First down, here's Lamar. Right side, and that's secured by Kittle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Play action now with Jackson. He puts a man under it deep down the middle. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Stroud off of play action. Still on his feet. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers get the football back at the 30 after that interception. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. This is ahead for about 5. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Going run again with McCaffrey. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. He spins right by him, and he's able to get this down to the 13. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll come up 1st and 10. McCaffrey running between the tackles. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers, just the element they needed to spring that run.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. McCaffrey hits the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers parlay the interception into points. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Moody. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. And they got off on the wrong foot here with that opening drive interception that led to points the other way.
Yeah, and what this defense has shown is they are going to capitalize on your mistakes, and not just a little, but by a lot. So from here on out, you better play some mistake-free football because this defense is hunting for more.
Pressure comes. He's taken down. The 49ers got him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
As a man, Dalton Schultz. He'll get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They just get the play off. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. We've got the 49ers in front. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. And on fourth down, they're about ready to punt. He's brought down before the return gets far. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw for Jackson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Throw momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Kittle brings it in. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
On the counter, McCaffrey. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Texans have it cut. While the new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Jackson trying to sneak it. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And this will be stopped after a nice 6-yard pickup there on first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. They stick with McCaffrey. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Jackson now on third. That's caught for the first. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. That's a pickup of 9. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
He tucks it and takes off. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Working inside the red zone. Jukes out a one-stop. And they're going to have first and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He has the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers will add to their lead at the end of the half. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
That one splits the uprights, and the 49ers double their lead to 14. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. The Texans offense getting one final possession before halftime. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. Here's Stroud on first and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Brought down by Fred Warner. They get the timeout called. We've got 5 seconds remaining in the half. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. He's back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now here's the Houston offense. They've got it first to begin the third. Their defense has really kept them in this game. Now it's time for this offense to start putting up some points. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Connects downfield. On target to Dell. And finally, they're able to stop this play from getting any more yards.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Stroud throwing here on first. That's back-to-back for Dell. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack them only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Nixon on the counter. Room to the right. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I just love that so much, Case. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Trying to set up the screen for Mixon. Has room into the secondary. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Mixon does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Stroud. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Tank Dell, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a designed read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides. I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down just inside the 25. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. Looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Lamar now from the gun. He makes the catch. And he's going to be blocked out at the 42. He gets a gain of 11 there, and that picks picks up the first.
So that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got Ayuk downfield. They pick up 20 yards there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he could separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
He can run it. Escapes a defender. Now hit, and Jackson loses the ball. And the Texans grab it. And they're able to add some extra yards on the return of the two-block as this defense steals away possession. Offense in the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Texans who have it to start here, and they come in trailing on the scoreboard. Now nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now, first round. Pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
We talk so much about decision-making, and often it's the decision of where to throw it, right? Reading the defense, finding the right coverage to attack. But there's also great decision-making that comes with just getting rid of the football, just avoiding sacks. They are so detrimental. And that one, man, he ate up a ton of yards.
Back to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Texans set to punt. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. They lost it in enemy territory their last time out. Never a spot you want to fumble. So I imagine, Brock, it's going to be two hands on the football as they return to the field. 49ers to the line. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
He'll throw it. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to set them up with a 1st down on a huge gain. They get 22 on that one. And that's a 49er 1st down. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's taken to the ground after a nice push downfield. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
1st down, 49ers.
first and 10. Sending the tight end in motion left. First down, and they go right back to it. And he's taken down. But some quality yardage on that play. And right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
At the 10-yard line.
A touchdown will put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal. The defense takes its third and final timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. He brings it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers lead by 15 now.
The city just made a sweep with the diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Out now come the Texans on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First call here coming from the shotgun. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Now it's Stroud. Low right side, Dell has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining, long odds ahead of him. It's first and 10. Well, right side, hauled in by Collins. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Here's Stroud again. Completes, dialing up Collins again. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play good for 17 on a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. Well, partner, we spoke earlier about how much of a factor this home crowd was going to be. But even with the added boost from the friendly confines, couldn't will them to the victory.
Yeah, sometimes it just isn't your game. You're never going to win them all, even at home. But what's important now is learning from this defeat, hitting the film room, hitting the weights, making sure this doesn't happen again. Don't let this loss beat you twice.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Huard and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Houston. it.